Mom.
Hi, Ems.
Your birthday was a handful of days ago. How old are you?
Well, I thought I was 62, but I am 61, and you had to correct me.
And where are we right now?
We are in Puerto Penasco at Sandy Beach. That's the first time I've ever been to Sandy Beach.
Hey guys, it's Emily, and today I'm interviewing my mom. I hope this interview will serve as a time capsule so she can look back on it later in life and remember our time together and how she felt on her 61st birthday. Let's get into the questions. What's one decision you made that changed your life forever?
Oh, definitely my decision to go to school for surgical tech. It was definitely a change in my whole entire life trajectory. Go to school for that.
What were you doing before that?
I was raising you. So your father, his job allowed me to stay home since he was on the railroad, and I was able to raise you, which even then was not a normal thing for parents to be able to have one income. When I brought it up, he really pressed me to do it. I'm glad I went and did it. That was life-changing.
What was life like when you were my age, 29?
Well, I had been married already, and I had already been divorced. So it was at 1993. I was going out. Well, I had already been going out in the early 90s. That's what everybody did.
Going to the bar, going to the club?
Yep. I mean, definitely that was more the 80s, but well, I had you 3 years later. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what job I was doing. I was in destination management. So yes, it was very social because that was what the role was. My life was built around my job because that's pretty much how I always make friends. It's people I worked with. But then they were all my same age. And that's when Lori and I were really close too because we found each other at our jobs. Anyway, life was very busy, worked lots of hours. The job would go from 6 in the morning till well into the evening because the destination management meant we would start with the people that would play golf in the morning and end in parties out in the middle of the desert doing cowboy cookouts. So I was very active, doing a lot of fun stuff. I learned a lot about the state. But you know what I did? I kept taking on personas because I was always interested in fitting in. I learned how to rope, meaning calf roping, so that I could teach the visitors how to do it. That's when Grandma was calling me Carol Cash because I was dressed in all black all the time. I wore a cowboy hat all the time. But that was me. That was just who I was.
What's something you've learned from me?
A certain amount of patience, which I've always have been a very impatient person. I don't know if I learned my lessons from you later because you provided new insight, or it's because I'm just older and more receptive to the lessons. I think you taught me to widen my perspective. I don't know. That's a broad statement, but that means so much. You have, I don't know if it was your age group or whatever, but you guys, but you in general are just more open, more widely accepting, more tolerant than my age group ever was. So you definitely taught me that. You also taught me to listen to good music again, even though my generation's music, it will never be beaten. Is that terrible? But no, you did. You opened my eyes to new music. I loved it when you kids were learning. My favorite thing to always tell you, it's okay, you're learning.
If you had to pick a brand new career, what would it be?
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I would have gone to nursing school. I like what I do. I like my environment. Coulda, shoulda. But being a nursing director and then moving into CNO, I think that would have been where I've been more impactful. But then that's me discounting the impact I have today. Oftentimes I look at someone doing their job and I thought I could do that. And what would I have been like in that role?
If money, time, and responsibilities weren't a factor, what kind of life would you live right now?
For me, it's always service. I want to help others that can't help themselves. So my two focuses is always animals in need and homeless. So money all day long, I would be helping shelters. I'd probably open a shelter. I would allow me to help more people. I would spend my time doing that.
Last year, for your 60th birthday, we went to Disneyland. And this year, we're in Mexico. Where would you want to go for your birthday next year? if it was just us, but where also would you want to go if it was you, me, and Randy?
If it was just us, I would say we could go to like California, and I would like to go to San Diego or someplace like that we haven't been. I know you know all of California, but I don't. If it was you, me, and Randy, first of all, I would make you take Sophia with. Like it or not, Sophia, you have to go. Randy would love to go to Mexico again. Mexico City would be pretty crazy to go to. Listen, if we could afford it, I would say let's go to Greece, let's go to Egypt. Those would be amazing places.
Is there anything else you would like to say or share?
Anything I want to share? Well, I'm loving the trip we're on. I love this idea that you're recording your time capsule. If not for me, more for you, and maybe way down the road after I'm long gone. Even though you think I'm still 45, I'm not. Even though I think I'm 62, I'm not either. I'm 61. I'm really enjoying this time with you and all of our little trips that we've taken. Yeah, they mean a lot to me. You ground me when you get me to do stuff like this, because otherwise I just don't take the time for myself.
Thanks for doing this with me.
Thanks for having me do this with you.
Happy birthday, and I love you.
I love you.